Hello, this is Uncle Jim. And last night my son put the bushing on here on the 2214 Smith Wesson, and it wasn't without a struggle. So I thought I'd cover that. So we're using EWK bushings here. I think they're the only one in town. They fit all the models, the bigger and smaller Smiths. And you remove the bushing off the barrel, and we'll talk about that. And then put the new one on, make sure everything is kosher, and give it 25-inch pounds. And there you go. You can put a little Loctite on there if you want. If you're going to leave it on there, I wouldn't take them on and off. So, set it and forget it type deal. Now, I've done these so long ago that I can't remember, and I'm sure I used a different tool each time. And so what comes off of the barrel is a lock washer, which you don't put back on if you're shooting suppressed especially. So you don't put that back on. And this is the bushing that comes on the barrel. Now you can see they have little meat on there, just barely enough meat, and it's close to the muzzle. There's the threads on the inside. And this one had glue. This has to be the toughest one. And so what you can do, if you're not scraping against the slide here, you can take a piece of flat bar and try and get that loosened that way. But this one, no go. Okay, so he had to make a tool. So they glued the snot out of this one from the factory. And this is the only one we have from Maine. The other ones are Springfield, Massachusetts. And I recall this one wasn't too bad. It was pretty easy. And that one wasn't as bad. But this guy was tough. So he made a tool and did this while I was out doing the Zastava video last night. And this one was a little pain in the butt. So if you ever do this, you want to be super careful. You don't want to scratch your frame because this is so close. But you can try the bar technique. That's the easiest thing to do. So what he ended up having to do is make this tool out of a drill bit socket. That was the circumference, here we go, of the bushing that's originally on the gun. Then he hollow ground it. He just did this on his sander. Did a really good job. He's a good boy. And we had a socket that didn't have a magnet in there anymore, so it was, you know, no big deal. So he made this tool, and man, this took a lot of torque. They glued the hell out of it. You can see, I don't know if they used rock set or what, but it had a ton of glue in there. You really don't want to go heating on it because you're going to mess up your finish on your frame. And these are rare. So these are rare as hen teeth now, these little guns. The little model here. These two. So after all that, I was kind of worried. I was like, you better go check this and make sure no baffle strikes, everything's right, because that one was really, that was on there good and glued on there. And to our happiness, it shoots awesome. So he even used his Holy Grail $10 mag he found at a pawn shop. The Holy Grail. And the one that came with, the only one that doesn't have the steel buttons on it. I guess the main ones, they started cutting corners. Because the sights are plastic and the other ones are steel. And it's... Anyway, we were a little worried about that, and it ran flawless. Even with this mag that he just got. So I was still uploading a video, and so I said, hey, let's go outside and just shoot this real quick and make sure it works, no baffle strikes, all that stuff. So he loaded up several magazines. We did standard velocity, Winchester 333, and the Federal shot a little more right. Federal bulk pack 550s, and this is usually louder and longer barrels. All were quiet, all shot awesome. He rapid fired this at close range, just opened up the garage door. So we're very happy. Might have to bring the sight over just a hair, but there we go, because we had to redo the front sight and glue that on. You saw that video, because it was walking. So we'll just move that front sight to the left, because you do the opposite on a front sight. Just a hair, and we're good to go. So now putting it on, if you're using a, don't use the lock washer that came with it. That's got glue all over it. That's the weirdest one I've seen yet. Putting it back on, make sure it's unracked for you, is easy. That's just an Allen wrench. So he has an Allen wrench in here. You just stick it in there. You're not going to hit the barrel, nothing. And torque it about 25 pounds. Easy smeezy. And it worked awesome. So different magazines, newly acquired mags, stock mag, they all function 100%. And each round was quiet, no sonic crack. So there's my report. If you ever do this, you want to be very careful. And again, you can start off with a straight bar or one that comes out a little bit, so you're off of you want to stay off of this, and you don't want to touch the muzzle, which is very close to the edge here. So he did good. And I guess that's my report. So this one's always been flawless, and now this one is running flawless. And they're not ammo picky whatsoever. And the bigger 422 is awesome also. Alright, I still can't find dates on this. I go online. I'm trying to find the dates, because this has to be newer, because they cut some corners. I still can't find the dates. I run into forums, they start rambling and, showing pictures and posing and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, someday I'll figure out what the dates of these are. And until then, thanks for watching. Until next time, America.